What was like that tipping point for you of like, okay, you know what? I think vending is going to give me the flexibility and the freedom that I need financially here.
My husband and I, our wedding anniversary is New Year's Eve. And so finally I made him like shake on it. Like, are we going to do this? And he said yes. So January 1st was our first day. And now it's November 1st. So I have 6 locations right now. I have contracts signed for 9. My best performing location is, like I said, my warehouse. It's probably doing like 43 a month, 4,300.
Awesome. So Madison, fired up to have you here today.
Thanks. I'm happy to be here.
So I want to just kind of dive into my initial question. That's always like, why vending? You know, were you in an airport and you saw a machine? Did your kids go buy something at dance class? Like, where did you get this wild hair?
I had it for a while. I used to work in sales. And when I had my first child, I started staying home. It was lovely. It was wonderful. But, being honest, I wanted to flex my brain muscle a little bit and do more than just like Coco Melon and baby talk. So I wanted to be able to contribute more financially, but my time was already stretched thin. So being able to do something that I could do with my kids, involve them if possible, still stay at home, but get a little bit more something for me, makes me feel good. And not really take up a ton of my time. So I felt like that was kind of what vending was. I mean, it is time consuming, but not as much as a 40-hour work week, 9 to 5 in the office. I've got my kids with me 100% of the time while I'm doing it. So that was my biggest reason.
How many hours were you putting together with your kids and stuff like that in the beginning? How many hours were you putting into it in the beginning?
Into the vending business? I don't know. I think more in the beginning than now, honestly. I mean, I'm still out there doing my pop-ins and I'm still obviously trying to scale my business. But right now I've just kind of plateaued like through the holidays a little bit. I've stepped back. I would say probably 12 hours a week. I was into this in the beginning with my kids. I would leave them to go do pop-ins, but just studying in school, learning about the machine products, things like that, as well as just trying to get new locations, probably 10 to 12 hours a week, which now I think I've even backed off that. I'm just restocking my machines right now.
Gotcha. Was there something else that you were like looking for to maybe like be interested in besides vending, like just to bring other financial income into your household? Like, were there other things? And like, what was like that tipping point for you of like, okay, you know what? I think vending is going to give me the flexibility and the freedom that I need financially here.
I've always been interested in passive income. My thing that I want to do, I want to own parking lots. I would really like to own a lot of parking lots, but you can't just wake up and get like a prime real estate parking lot. So I'm hoping to use vending and other relatively passive like industries to get me there as a stepping stone. So I just felt like it was a relatively low cost of entry compared to opening up some businesses. There's not a huge overhead. You don't really need space to start. I'm still running my business out of my house. So just all of those things were really appealing to me. And like I said, I'm hoping to use it as a little stepping stone to having some parking lots.
That is fascinating.
I think cool. That's like the peak final boss of passive income is a parking lot. I mean, what do you have to do with it? Nothing, nothing.
Exactly. Yeah. So when you say you're running it out of your house, like, do you have a little garage set aside? Do you have a little, like we had a hallway closet. That was kind of our first storage unit, so to speak.
We've got a couple of spots in the house that, are taking up with the business. I have a storage unit that I have some machines and some things like that in, but for product, just because it gets so hot out here. I mean, I've got some of it here in my office. This is like my messy part of it right here. There's some of it over there you can see, but most of it's in my garage. That's just the stuff that like will melt. So most of it's in my garage. Like my whole garage is vending now. It's like my husband calls it a 7-Eleven. Go out to the 7-Eleven and get one,
That's so cool.
When you were looking and you decided on vending for this business, like, why did you choose like vendingpreneur, like over like maybe like doing it yourself or like another, I don't know, like, did you come across another option or anything like that? Like, why did you choose like VP? Why did you choose to join the program?
So in my prior business, having a mentor and somebody to guide you was really like the only way to be successful. Your numbers would be so bad in the beginning as you're learning that you just wouldn't make it inevitably. If you didn't come out gate hot, you weren't going to survive. So I wanted mentorship from people that were currently doing it successfully. I joined some Facebook groups. There's a lot of generic info online, but like Mike was clearly running operations with people in VP like at a large scale. The program had like structure, it had strategy, it had education. And I don't think that there is another community like this one. Not that I know of, at least. I mean, I looked, I didn't really find something similar that exists.
Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting. You got those people that are like, do it yourself versus you, Anthony, and I were kind of like, we want to avoid the potholes that other people have driven through.
Yeah, it's expensive and it takes up a lot of time to make mistakes. And that's not to say that like we all haven't made mistakes like after joining VP, but I do think that we make like significantly less after being in the group because I mean, somebody's already made that mistake. Just don't do what they say they did and you
Yeah.
won't, you
Yeah.
know?
For sure. So as you joined the group, if you can kind of give us a timeline of where you're at. So when did you join? Where are you at today? How many locations? How many machines? Like what's your revenue? What you're doing there per month?
Okay, so I joined, my husband and I, our wedding anniversary is New Year's Eve, and I had been pushing him. I'm like, give me, because again, I'm a stay-at-home mom. I've been a stay-at-home mom for 5 years. I'm like, I need you to invest in me so I can invest in this program because this is what I want. So I've been pushing him for like 3 months. And on our wedding anniversary, we're sitting out at dinner and I got him a little, he had had a couple drinks. And so finally I made him like shake on it. Like, are we going to do this? And he said yes. So January 1st was our first day. And now, okay, so it's November 1st. So I have 6 locations right now. I have contracts signed for 9, but the other ones are probably still like 6 to 8 weeks out. I've been a fan so far of doing some like early lease up contract signing. Nobody else is really worried about those places yet because they have low occupancy. When they decide that they're on their radar, my contract is already signed there. So it's my territory, even if my machines aren't up and running for a while. So that's my last 3. I've got 2 at a local condo high rise. I've got 3 at a manufacturing location, which is by far like my best monthly producer. It's my cash cow. I've got 2 at a luxury mid rise. And then I've got 2 in actually my kids' little private school that they go to in the teacher's lounge. It actually does better than I thought it was going to. My best performing location is, like I said, my warehouse. It's probably doing like 41, 43 a month, 4,300.
Oh,
It's gonna be
Wow.
that one does good. It's 24/7. No, excuse me, that's a lie. It's 24/5. 24 hours a day, 5
okay.
days a week. So we're closed on weekends, but it really does produce a lot because they're like hard labor and it's hot here. You guys, it's
Yeah.
still hot here. So that being said, I'm kind of anticipating maybe a little bit of like a winter slowdown just as it's not so hot, but we're still not there yet. So
Yeah.
lucky for us, we don't have as long of a season as maybe some places do. We're doing between 10 to 12 a month. So yeah, just
that
so
manufacturing,
go ahead, sorry.
that manufacturing facility, what kind of manufacturing is that?
You guys know the packets, the cold packs, the recyclable cold packs that come in HelloFresh or
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the dog food or when
Yeah.
you order wine, they make that. They make that recyclable cold pack. But they've got like 250 guys there most of the year. And it's just, I mean, I went into the back one time. It's like 130 degrees back there, no lie, in the middle of. And most of them, which is another good perk to this location, most of them ride share or take public transport to work. So during their lunch break, there's not really a ton that's walkable. I keep my prices way more competitive at this location than I do my other locations just because they're buying in such volume. I'm even a little bit less than the closest 7-Eleven. So yeah,
That's
it
amazing.
works out
How did you
good.
find
Yeah.
that location?
A pop-in. I went in.
Sweet.
Most of those manufacturing locations, they've got gates or they won't let you in. But
Yeah.
the front desk girl was also the HR girl. She introduced me to their like business manager. He's really kind and they moved their old operator out and they moved me in. One of their machines had been out of order with their old operator for like 60 days and was just sitting there. The food was expired a lot. I mean, honestly, if you have an operator like that locally, like it's pretty easy to come in and replace that. I mean, just do better than not letting everything be expired all the time.
Yeah. We just yesterday got a manufacturing plant here, similar kind of concept. They had these Coke machines and they just called us yesterday and we're like, these haven't been restocked in over 60 days. Like,
Oh my gosh.
get these.
That's
Can you put in some smart machine? And we're like, we will be glad to. It's like what you're saying. It's 3 shifts, 24/5. So
yep.
the breakfast people, the dinner people, and the midnight people all coming through there.
I gotta get a freezer put in for them. I really want to get a freezer. I think that they would love Hot Pockets, pizzas, ice cream, all kinds of
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
Breakfast bowls. Yeah.
100% Jimmy D. Yeah, absolutely. I'm a big fan of manufacturing though, because they don't need anything fancy. They don't want anything fancy.
yeah,
It doesn't need to have a logo on it. It just needs to like take their money, give them food, work consistently. So I'm a big fan. They are easy to work with and they are grateful. Um, and they buy. They
Yeah.
buy a lot.
that's incredible.
Yeah.
How has this, with you being in, you running it, or you're almost about a year in, how has this made your life different?
Honestly, I don't know. It got me back a little bit of my personal spark that I enjoy talking to people. I enjoy like pushing myself. I enjoy learning new things. And like as a stay-at-home mom, you get to do that in a different way. And it just feels really good again to have that portion of myself back. Probably doing pop-ins and trying to get new locations is my favorite part of this business because I love sales. I love playing that little mental chess match, like who's one step ahead? Is it me? Is it you? But it also feels really, really good to be able to contribute to my family financially again, which was odd for me to like have no income for years. We were comfortable, we were fine, but it's my husband's birthday. I'm like, hey, look what I bought you. It's your money. So I don't have to do that anymore. It feels really good to have something for myself again.
Yeah, no, that's incredible. That's awesome. Where do you think, like, if you didn't join VP, right, of Vendingpreneurs, like,
hmm
where do you think that you would be, like, where do you think you would be today?
If I did not join,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't quit and give up easily, but I think that it would have taken me way, way longer. I think I would have made a lot more mistakes. I think I would have spent a lot more money. Honestly, like
Mhm.
besides my school, my VP investment, I think I would have spent way more money just figuring it out, like machine manufacturers and product go-tos and just the different ways of getting new contracts. I mean, all of that is in there. And I think that there's so much of that that you would dedicate your time to. So I think that I would still be doing it. I don't necessarily think I would have given up. That's not like me, but I don't think it would have nearly been as strategic by any means. Strategic it would not be.
Yeah, no, for sure. You know, like I kind of relate back to that as well too, because my biggest thing was like I didn't want to go through the school of hard knocks, especially when I got laid off. Like I didn't have time to figure this
I
out
know.
like on my own to go through it. Like I needed to make sure that I was successful as quickly as possible,
Yeah.
you know?
And so, like I said, like, we still had my husband's income. So we weren't pressed in that matter. But like, I'll be damned if I'm going to do something that takes up a ton of my time away from my kids. And then the whole time I'm doing it wrong. Like, I'm going to do it and I'm going to do it right and I'm going to get it done. Or, yeah, probably I just won't do it at all. So this was exactly what I needed.
Yeah.
That's cool. So Madison, I got to ask, you're kind of at that stage now of over, let's say 10 grand a month in revenue.
Yeah.
You're kind of at that 6 to 9 location mark. You're probably starting to get warm intros now, maybe from current locations. Like, where do you want to take it? Do you just want to kind of let it ride the size it's at? Do you want it to go bigger? I mean, I see both sides of it. I'm just curious from your perspective.
Right now, through the holidays, it's November 1st. Literally, my time with my kids while they're little is my most important number one thing. So I'm not going to push it too hard and drown myself during the holiday season. So I'm going to let it ride a little bit right now. But come January 1st, like I just want it to keep going. I want it to keep going. I'm right at that sweet spot where I feel like I just about like need a stalker. I would love
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
That would give me
Yeah.
a lot of my time back to continue doing my pop-ins, continue growing it, taking that portion of it off my hands, save me a lot of time. So I feel like I'm almost there. I don't know. I got to take the leap. I'm going to force somebody in VP to like make me do that here soon. But I probably will do all of that after the holiday season. And from there, yeah, I want 100 machines. I want to be like you two with your crazy routes. I'm going to do it.
You want those parking lots. Yeah,
I
exactly.
want a lot of parking lots.
I love it, Anthony. We're gonna have to do a little accountability, New Year's resolution group here.
No, I think that's a good
Yeah.
idea because even like when I joined the community, my goals aren't what they are now, right? Like they
Yeah.
constantly change. And when you talk to certain people as an entrepreneur, like it's good for you to be agile. You might be, hey, I want to focus on these type of properties, but then you might come across manufacturing. You say, hey, this actually works better for my business or logistically wise and all that. There's a lot of, you have your plan, but like it's always okay to tweak and it's always
Yeah.
okay to adjust along the way as well, for sure too. So Mike was, you know, great to push me over that edge, even coming with me with my background of even being, you know, an entrepreneur before, of me relinquishing that lower leverage task, you know, and that's
Yeah.
what really was the catalyst that kind of really put me in a trajectory last summer, you know, for my route was literally focusing on higher leverage tasks.
That is where I'm struggling because, it's always just been me. Anything that I've ever done, it's just been me by myself. And like, yeah, submitting, letting somebody else take over something that's important to you, trusting them to do it correctly. That's hard. So I'm there. I
Yeah.
need it. I'll get it done,
Yeah.
but maybe after the
Yeah.
first of
Yeah.
the year.
No, yeah, it is hard. And like one of the things that I just remember is that somebody said this to me. I don't know if it was you, Mike, or somebody else, but like as you as an entrepreneur, you're nobody's gonna ever do it 100% like how you did it,
Or
right? But you have to be okay with maybe having somebody still have the integrity of it, but that are still caring about it, maybe like 80 or 85%. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
they might not like remove they might not move the label around so it's always forward facing, you know what I'm
I
saying, you know, to
know.
make sure it's looking real pretty at the end when you're the stock, because trust me, I was crazy about it, making sure everything was lined up perfectly and, you know, going. And then I would go after I hired my first stocker and I'd be taking photos. I'm like, what's this, you know, you got to have it like this and like that, you know. So but it's about, you know, you're training people and you're setting expectations, you know, with folks and stuff. And it's like if you're able to relinquish like that type of control, and it was extremely tough for me, and even till this day as I struggle with it sometimes, you know, but it's needed if you're going to want to kind of either make it passive or really trying to you know, grow the business as, you know, of what you want to scale it and get it to.
I know because right now it's becoming not passive the more
Yeah.
locations I have again because it's just me. And then I try to
When
go
you're
out of
about to,
town and that's a
yeah,
whole
Yeah.
nother story.
yeah,
Yeah,
you're,
I'm there. I'll do it.
yeah. And they call it this like J curve. Like you need to kind of add a little expenses, aka hire someone to do the
Yeah.
$15 an hour task, which is going to lower profitability, only for you on the other side to be, you know, the hockey stick. Because if you can, of those 10 hours, now if you're focused 8 of them doing pop-ins where it's high leverage, what you're really good at, and those other 8 hours, someone else is doing the picking and the stocking, and I mean, you're going to come out the other side way higher, but you got to go
Yeah.
through that J curve of like making the hire and letting go of control, which Anthony, I remember our conversation about this is like, you shouldn't be doing pick lists. That's a $15 an hour task.
I
And I don't
know.
mean that like in any
Yeah,
other
I know.
way, but you should take that hour of time and go do a couple pop-ins because that's where
Yeah.
your true ROI is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so true,
Like
you
think of
know.
that manufacturing plant, Madison. I'm just like curious, that girl that you mentioned, the HR lady, she
Mhm.
knows other people. Like take her out for drinks.
I
Like that's high
know.
leverage things to do, not stocking the Takis box in your corner.
That's literally what I'm doing. That's exactly it. Okay. Maybe I needed
uh,
this to be like bullied a little bit to do what I need to do. I needed to be bullied by you guys.
I wouldn't say bully, but like it's good. It's pushing. Like there's a reason why people need physical trainers, right? Like, and there's certain, and even for
I
me,
know.
even with me being an entrepreneur before, like, would I have made that decision last summer, or would I still be picking and stocking machines right now if Mike didn't call me out on one of those Wednesday calls last year, where I had my phone
I
up and I was
know.
stocking, and he calls me out, you know? So it's just, you know, it's just having like that different mindset of like, and really evaluating of where you're at. Like on the call the other day that I was talking to somebody, I said, well, what are your goals here for like Q4? I'm like, Mike like always likes to reference like rocks. It's like on the internal team, like, you know, like, hey, what are the rocks for this quarter? You know, well, what are your rocks? What are your goals here for like your route going into Q1 of 2026? Like, what are the rocks? What are the goals?
Um,
Like, I'm asking you.
no, yeah, like I mean, my goal for the end of this year was to have 10. I've got 9
Okay.
signed. They'll probably all be up and going by the end of the year. So I'm right where I wanted to be. Like I said, I want to come out the gate hot again, first of the year. I feel like it's a good time of year. There's student housing. Student housing in the summer always tells you, oh, it's too busy right now. We're doing peak move-in. Get back to us in the
Mm,
winter. Okay, December 1st is a great time to go handle those places. I want to get multiple student housing locations. I want more manufacturing. I really do. So those are my big things. And probably number one is going to have to be hiring a stalker.
mm.
I also probably Q1 will have to, I'll probably outgrow my house at a certain point, which we're getting there. But yeah.
as you look over your shoulder at all those boxes.
Yeah, this is like the
Yeah.
smallest part of it. Like the garage, it's getting a little out of hand. It's getting a little out of hand. So we're going to have to do something. That's my plan. But that's another part of the VP community. Like besides there just being like value in the mistakes that people have made. There's education, there's tools, there's resources. Like there really is accountability. There's a lot of accountability. I think people like me, it sounds like you too, Anthony. Sometimes, yeah, we need to be pushed to do
Yeah,
things. And
100%.
so there have been a lot of people in the group that have pushed me to do the next thing. Just being pushed to do your first pop in. I think there's a lot of value in having the group say, just go get out there and do it. So
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
all invaluable. It's really a very priceless community. It's cool.
Yeah. So like I've even reflect back on mine when I first joined, it was like when I wasn't maybe having the success on the pop-ins in my first 30 days, like I was always joining like Mike's Wednesday community call because
Yeah.
I needed to get my mindset shifted back right because I needed to hear all the other wins and other successful stories of other people that were crushing it and just
Yeah.
listening to them and just knowing, okay, Anthony, it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen, it's gonna be a flood. And I'm not trying to sound cliche, but like once those floodgates do open, like they open,
Yeah.
and it's and then it's like taking bull by the horns and like, okay, this is a business. Let's go.
Yeah. Getting
Yeah,
your
it's
pipeline filled.
yeah, no, absolutely. Couple of fun questions here. What
Okay.
is the top selling item out of across all your locations?
Ooh, like all of them? Probably
Mhm.
just like a classic Coca-Cola. Like people go through the Coca-Cola, people will never not drink Coke. I don't know, maybe this is wrong of me. I don't stock Pepsi. I don't really like Pepsi. It never really sold for me, none of the Pepsi products. So we don't really stock it, but Coca-Cola, Takis go good everywhere at my kind of fancier like residential versus just like manufacturing blue collar. I have these Joy Burst electrolyte hydration drinks. They've got some
Mm.
kind of lion's mane mushroom supplement in them. I cannot keep them in stock. I have one location that
Ugh.
they get like 36 of them restocked every single week. And like they still run out like 2 days before I'm supposed to be back. So people love those. That's kind of my unique one that goes really good.
Okay, yeah, I was just my follow-up question was gonna be what is the most unique product that you think that wouldn't sell, but you just answered it there.
Oh
Would
yeah,
it be the
sorry.
Joy Burst? No,
Probably
that's good. No, that's good though.
Probably because
Yeah, it's interesting.
this is probably bad business owning of me as well. I haven't tried it. It does. It says it has mushrooms in it. I don't know how I feel about that. I won't try it. I haven't tried it. They're like peach flavored. They're strawberry lemonade flavored. They go so good. I have no idea. I mean, I sell them for like $4.99. It's crazy. So try those. And for me, it's like
What's their
regional
cost?
snacks.
How much do they cost? You sell them for $4.99.
Like
How much
like
do you pay for it?
162
Yeah, it's good margin there.
168. So I was really impressed with those, how they go. But for me, regional snacks do really well. Like we have a large Hispanic population. So Doritos,
Yeah.
I actually take a wire padlock, like a really small one on a wire, and I hook a bottle opener to, and I hook that whole thing to one of my shelves. And so I hang a bottle opener that people can't steal because, on one of my shelves, and they have the actual, I don't know what you call it, like not a twist off. They're like a
Yeah.
regular bottle opener Doritos. Those go really good
Mhm.
for me. Gonzitos, conchas, any Hispanic treat flies for me. So we've got a lot of those treats out here.
So wrapping up, last two questions. If there was anyone on the fence about joining VP, what would you tell them?
I don't know. I would say if you're serious about it, you have to be serious about it. You have to know that it has the potential to be very passive, but in the beginning, there's going to be a lot of pop-ins. There's going to be a lot of no's. I think of it as my previous business. It's like a 80% no, maybe 20% yes. But if you can handle the no's and if you can get through it, your 20% is going to be more than what you need. But so if you're serious about it and you're willing to dedicate the time up front, just stop trying to figure it out alone. I think the fastest way to learn is by learning from people who are in it, who are doing it, who have already been successful. The value of the community and the people that you meet along the way is alone worth, getting into the program. I've made lots of friends. I think business especially, but life in general is all about who you know. And I think with VP, you kind of have 2,000 people on the first day that you know, and that's going to take you further than doing it alone. It's like there's power in numbers, as Mike, I've heard him say quite a lot. And we have some numbers. So I think that you need to just take the leap and do it.
What's that? Awesome. Mike, I think maybe the last question would be just like one piece of wisdom she would give her younger self at the start of her journey. Do you want to ask that one?
Yeah. What's kind of the one, looking back, if today was January 1st when you guys took that leap after the anniversary, like what's the one piece of advice you would give yourself now looking back?
I wish I would have done it sooner. I really do. I wish I wouldn't have waited so long. I think that the earlier you get into something like this, like the better off you're going to be. Like get ahead of the curve because I was kind of waiting to feel ready, and you're never gonna like feel all the way ready. You'll never have it all figured out. So just take action, lean on the people that you know, and just do it. Like do something crazy. So I wish I would have done something a little crazy early, but I'm glad I did it when I did. It's better than not at all. You know, better late than never.
Exactly. Hearing you talk, I'm like, man, we got to get that freezer in that manufacturing plant. We got to
I
get you a
know. I
stalker
know.
hired and get you the job ad over so you can start lit. Like, why do we have to wait till January?
I know. See, I'm doing it now. See, yeah, what I wish I would have done. I would have done it sooner. Okay, and now I'm like, I'll wait till January.
Yeah. I'm
So,
like, come on.
like I'm a hypocrite. I'm a hypocrite.
No, I think it's the value of an accountability group. Like Anthony always says, it's
I
his board of
know.
directors. I look at those people that are two steps ahead of me and like, what do you recommend? And they're always like, don't wait. You know, time kills all
Mike,
deals.
is there really anybody two steps ahead of you?
Yeah, of course.
No.
Yeah, Anthony's met
Oh
him.
my
There's a
gosh.
couple of people that, yeah.
Every day I wake up, I log on, Mike is doing something new. I'm like, what is he got going now? Like, do you sleep,
Uh,
Mike? When do you sleep?
hardly
When do
ever.
you?
Hardly ever. Last night the 4-year-old
That's,
was up at 2 and the 2-month-year-old was up at 4, so might as well
I
just get
know.
up.
I feel that. Just be up for
Yeah.
the day.
Yeah. 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 I'm already texting our operator about adding these products you just rattled off, even if they have mushrooms. Like we need to add them to our route here in Oregon.
You guys need Joy Burst at any place that, yeah, I mean, the manufacturing guys don't buy it, but like my luxury mid-rises, my condos, they're crazy for the Joy Burst.
So Madison, thanks for taking the time to come on here. Super appreciative of you sharing all your best kept secrets of your route. And yeah, we'll have to do this again sometime.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I feel really honored to be here. Just little old me with my little 6 locations right now. But thanks for thinking of me and thanks for having me. And as always, I'm so grateful to be part of VP. It's been great.
Not going to be 6 for long.
No, no, it won't be.